lovelies. How are you doing today? We are on day 20 of the 24 days of quickies with Marley Bird and friends. Let's take our advent calendar. We are on the final row, you guys. Let's move this over to day 20. Get in there. Got this at Joann's in case you're curious. This is where I got this lovely little pillow. It's come in handy. Very nice. So hey everybody, you know me, I'm Marley Bird, and I am the host of the 24 Days of Quickies here in the month of December. We have been bringing you awesome crochet patterns, awesome knitting patterns, and today is another day of both once again. So let's talk about today's friend to start with. Hey everybody, before I jump in, I am going to make sure that I can see this live broadcast so I can answer any questions all of you might have. Make sure I turn off my volume so I don't blow myself out of the water here. All right, now I got it and I can see all of your questions. So hi, so happy you're joining me here as we chat about the 24 days of quickies. It is about noon, a little bit almost 1 o'clock actually here on the East Coast. It has been a busy morning. I have been up since 6 o'clock this morning, working hard, doing videos, getting things ready, all for you. And I'm just now finally able to sit down and talk to you about the 24 days of quickies. Hopefully I am not hitting you too late. Those of you on the West Coast are like, dude, it's still morning. I'm eating brunch. That's all right. Okay. So today's friend is a individual. When I hear her name, I think of enthusiastic. I think of persistence. I think of encouraging. I think ambitious. I have all of these words on top of which are creative and talented and giving and kind. She came on the scene really a couple years ago, and she has just been hitting the blogger sphere super strong. And she is an amazing, talented individual, both knitter and crocheter, among other crafts. I'm sure most of you follow along with her page here on Facebook. I want to make sure I say the name correctly. So give me a second. On Facebook, it is the Crochet Patterns and Tutorials page. She also is the founder and CEO and strategist at Effective Blogging. She's also a coach and YouTube strategist for Moolah Marketer. So those are all of her titles, so to speak, but you might know her best as Nikki from Nicki's Handmade Crafts. She does a lot of different patterns. She's always posting videos on Facebook, on YouTube, on her own website. She's just doing a really great job. I've also been a part of a lot of her different crochet along. I don't really know what to call them, where she gets a group of crocheters together and each day we give away a free PDF. And so I've done a lot of those with her. So of course I'm going to ask her to be a part of the 24 days of quickies. And of course she said yes. So let's take a look at her website. Let's do a screen share and make sure everything is coming through loud and clear. Hi guys, I see you all saying hello to me. It's so nice to have you guys here. It's like talking to my friends. So we are here at the main page for the 24 days of quickies. I'm not going to go through the whole spiel again. If you want to get to this page, make sure that you have that link in your URL. You can bookmark it, go to this page. During the 24 days of quickies, after the 24 days of quickies, all of these patterns are still going to be linked here. I've also put a link to this in the video description box of this video, so you can find that really easily. When you go to this page, scroll all the way down to, you know what, I will stop right here. You want to scroll all the way down to where it says Designer Hop guest list and links. It's past there that you will find each day of the 24 days of quickies and a link to the pattern for that day. All of the links with the days attached to them, those are crochet patterns. The patterns that say Holiday Armadillo Bonus that are active links, those are knitting patterns. So you can check those out at your leisure. Go ahead and do that. I want to remind you that yesterday's Holiday Armadillo Bonus pattern, which you guys loved, it's this piece right here. Totally love this. Anybody else see baby Yodas. Like when I posted this on Instagram, everybody was commenting how the green color looks like a baby Yoda. And I thought that was hilarious because I had never thought about that. But this pattern is still free on my website, so you can still check this out. You can purchase the downloadable PDF if you would like to have that without ads. It is available as well. So it is still linked right here on the page. But here we are, December 20th, and we're talking about Nikki's Handmade Crafts. You can click right here where it says December 20th, or you can click down here where it says click here for free pattern. So this is going to take us to today's crochet pattern. Down here is the holiday armadillo pattern. We will get to that here in just a second. So let's go up here and check out Nikki's pattern for the day. This is Nikki's website. You can come up here and click OK for the cookie. So I'm going to click OK. And you can take a look at the top menu right here if you want to search for other items here on her website. This is a picture of Nikki right there. Isn't she just lovely? She is just lovely. I'm increasing my screen view a little bit here. And as we scroll down, you can see today is a faux fur ear warmer, free crochet pattern to snuggle up. So as I scroll through here, she gives a brief description of what the faux fur, like she talks about faux fur, she talks about the yarn she used, and there are some videos here. And here's the images she would like you to post to Pinterest when you have a chance. And as we keep going, she talks about the yarn she used. Here's the yarn she used. I know that you could combine together 2 strands of Red Hearts Huga fur and get this same look. It would actually be really lovely, and that would be a great way to support Yarnspirations, who is one of my biggest sponsors. You guys know I love Yarnspirations. They have quality yarn, great products, so you should check out yarnspirations.com and check out the Huga fur. Combining 2 strands of Huga fur will get you this same look and look really fantastic. So I'm scrolling here. She says, if you like ear warmers, you might like the faux knit ear warmers. And so she has another pattern right here. See, she's really smart about the way she links you to different patterns. You can add this pattern to Ravelry and favorite it right here by clicking. We'll get back to that one here in just a second. You can buy the PDF on Ravelry. You can buy the PDF on Etsy too. She offers 2 different places for you to get the PDF. And this is a free crochet pattern. So when do we get to it? Down here. This is the full list of the materials you will need for this pattern, the gauge, the size, stitches used, pretty simple stuff. And as we scroll down, this is where we get to the pattern. Here is a video she has posted in the instructions on how to work this pattern. Such beautiful images. She does a really good job about taking really great images as she goes along. But these are all of the patterns. Down here for you today only, those of you who are participating in the 24 days of quickies, it says download a free PDF right here. So we are going to click on that because we'll click on that in just a second. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to make sure I scroll all the way down. We all learned about the importance of the newsletter. I'm already signed up for her newsletter, so I'm not going to sign in here, but it's real simple. Add your email, add your name, click understand, and hit subscribe. She also has a crochet Facebook group. You can click there and join there. And then here's a bunch of other items you can check out. You can tell I've been looking at Zappos. I've been looking at boots like nonstop. My husband says every time he walks in the room, I'm looking at a pair of boots. And it's not a lie. I like boots. Especially those. Those are super cute. All right, I digress. Let's go up here. We're going to come up here and we're going to click on the free PDF download. We'll click on that. And look at this. You don't have to go to Ravelry. You don't have to use a coupon code. You don't have to buy it on Etsy. Today only, just for the 24 days of quickies, you can get a free downloadable PDF of the faux fur ear warmer. So once this pops up on your screen, if you click the download button, you can download it directly to your desktop or whatever folder. I'm going to put it in my 24 days of quickies with Marley folder. I'm going to click save. And boom, I have that pattern right there. So I can come back over here and back to Nikki's website here. And you can see as we were scrolling along, she does have ads on her website. She does use affiliate links. Again, that's how we make our money, you guys. So all of these ads that you see, the good thing is that because of the cookies and such, they're following us and they will show us ads that we really want. So like right here, These are literally the boots I was looking at. So if I wanted to get these, I could click on this and buy them. And it really helps Nikki out as far as it gives her a little affiliate money, so to speak. And so that's always a good thing to do. So don't get mad at those ads. Let them speak to you. Also, this video that's playing right here, these are her own videos on her site, and they pop up in her actual body of her work. And then as you scroll past, it kicks over to the sidebar. If you're on your mobile, it kicks up to the top of the mobile post. You could let those run. If they're in your way, just click close. It's totally okay. And there you have it. Up here, you can check out all the other information she has. If you're interested in getting coached by her or have started your own blog and you want some blogging tips, you can check all of that out. So there you go. That is Nikki's Handmade Crafts, you guys. So much information to go through there. Absolutely lovely. She's a wonderful person. As I mentioned, she's beginning to get very prolific in what she does online. She is consistent. She is never late like I am. She has a schedule and she keeps to it. Not me. I have to be very fluid. I have to be able to have all morning to work on something and not have it like exactly at 8 o'clock. I really struggle with that. I don't know why. It's been that way my whole life, but she is persistent and good and just she's really great at what she does. It's fantastic. So make sure you do check her out, join her Facebook group, and do all the things. All right. So how many of you now are ready to talk about today's holiday armadillo bonus? Okay. So I'm going to talk to you about today's holiday armadillo bonus. It is a pattern I just published. You haven't seen it yet because it literally just went live today. And it is a pattern that I made while on vacation in Cancun a couple years ago. So I worked on it in Cancun a couple years ago and I didn't finish it because I just worked on it a little bit at the beach when I was there with John, right? And we were just relaxing. And then last year when we were in Cancun with the family, I worked on it some more and I finished it on the second year that I went to Cancun, just relaxing. So it's like my vacation shawl. Well, a lot of you knitters have been telling me I need a super simple shawl, just like the crocheters get. We have the super simple crochet shawl. We have the 2-ball shawl for crocheters. Like there's all these really simple shawls. What about us knitters? Well, today's your day, knitters. We have the super simple 2-ball shawl for knitters right here. It is, look at this nice long wingspan and it has tassels to hold the weight. It's short, so it's not going to like drag everything. And you just wrap it around your neck. I have it like the wrong side out right here and it's super cute. I can put it with the right side out and it's super cute. Let me turn it around. Just love this little piece. And I always practically always, I should say, wear my shawls like this because I like to keep my neck warm. And I like the way it looks. Sometimes I'll wear it kind of jaunty on the side, but just look at this. It fits so nicely. It's just 2 balls of yarn. I carried up the colors along the side. You can see right there, but it's hidden. So I didn't really have to add a border. I could if I wanted to, but I really wanted tassels. So I forsake the border or forsake. I passed on the border so I could have tassels to add the weight because I just love it. And tassels are such a big deal. Like I love them. But yeah, so that is the 2-ball, super simple 2-ball shawl. And this is today's holiday armadillo. So let's take a look at our screen. Oh, this feels so good. This is out of Malabrigo Rios, but you could absolutely make this with Chic Sheep or you know what, let's talk. Let's look at the website and I will show you all the different yarns you could use. All right, so let me see here if I can get this to work. Sharing the screen. All right, so we're back to our main page here on the marleybird.com website. And I'm at the Holiday Armadillo Bonus. You can click here for the Holiday Armadillo Bonus. You could click on the image for the Holiday Armadillo Bonus. You could click here where it says go to the super simple 2-ball shawl page for my website. You could click down here where it says click here for a free pattern. I have all the places for you to click. All of them go to the same place. I do want to also mention if you use coupon code 2balls at checkout in my Ravelry store, you'll get the free PDF today. So we will go to that in a second. Let's click down here. Click here for free pattern. And this should take me. Awesome. It took me there. So this is the pattern page. Again, Zappos. See, I told you guys. Zappos. So I am actually, this podcast today, or not podcast, this special is produced or sponsored by Zappos. All right, super simple 2-ball shawl, beginner knit shawl pattern. Yes, beginners could totally do this. It is not that difficult. It's not hard to keep track of where you are. It is so easy. You can read all the details if you want, but I know you just want to get to the nitty gritty of the instructions. This is what it looks like, all laid out flat. You can see it has a really long wingspan and a short center point depth. That's because we increase every single row on the wingspan and only every other row down the center. That gives us that nice length, so that way I can wrap it around my neck. And you can see here today only 24 days of quickies with Marley Bird and friends. If you use the code 2balls in Ravelry, you will get a free pattern PDF. And how do you get there? You can click here to go to Ravelry and check it out. You could click on the Ravelry R. You could click right here, or you could click right here. So many different places. All right. So all of those places will take you to the Ravelry page. I do want to caution you this though. We learned this yesterday. Down here, you'll see underneath this image that it says, get the ad-free PDF on Ravelry, and it says buy now. If you click that buy now, it actually takes you to PayPal, so you can just buy it. It doesn't even take you to Ravelry. So you don't want to click that to get the free PDF. You want to click up here, okay, up here. I know it's confusing, but I have to add those buy nows in there right now, or I will forget to do it later, and it just makes it super confusing. So make sure to get your free pattern PDF, click up here, any one of these spaces, that one, that one, that one, or that one. You're gonna click there to get your free pattern PDF. How do you like these images? Huh? I took them this morning, can you tell? I was like, I gotta get some pictures. Thank God the kids are home. Again, buy now. Don't click that right now for the free PDF. You can click it if you just wanna go buy it, no problem. I won't discourage you from buying it. But let's see here. Here we go. These are the measurements of this shawl right here. It's about 54.5 inches wingspan. You can make that bigger if you want to, if you just make the, we'll talk about that in a second. 54 inches wingspan, about 15 inches down the center spine. Gauge is about 18 stitches for 4 inches and 22.5 rows of 4 inches. And it's garter stitch. So every ridge, remember that's 2 rows. The yarn, it says any worsted or heavy worsted weight yarn will work for this shawl. Any yarn would work for this shawl. You could use any yarn you want for this shawl. You would just have to work for more rows, so you'd have more stitches to get whatever you want. So this really is just universal. I use Malabrigo Rios in Lettuce and Winter Lake. You could also use Chic Sheep. That would work really great. Or if you want to splurge a little bit on yourself, go to Stunning String Studio. I love their yarn. And they have a couple yarns that I think would be awesome. The Cozy yarn or the Lush yarn. I mean, the Lush yarn has cashmere. I mean, come on, ladies and gentlemen, cashmere. These are really great. You could check out all of their different stock bases right here. You can click there and check out Stunning String. They're fantastic. I used a size 9 needle on this, and I put in there 24 inch. And as you get going, it starts to really get cramped up. So if you want to go to a longer needle after you get all of the stitches on there, you absolutely could. Totally up to you. Notions, you need stitch markers and your tapestry needle. And then these are just the basic abbreviations and instructions for the stitches you will use. The video is coming because I know people are going to ask, how do I do this? Get a video. I just haven't been able to do it yet. So here's another image of the shawl. Again, don't click the buy now to get the free pattern today, but you can click it later to buy the pattern. And then here's the pattern. You'll notice I had you start off with the tassels. Here's why. If you're going to make this shawl as a strictly 2-ball project and you want tassels, you want to start off with the tassels. Get those done and made so you don't run out of yarn later to make the tassels. Make sense? So make the tassels first, then make the shawl, and then you can just use all the yarn you have for the shawl and then add your tassels. Makes it super simple. If you've never made tassels before, I have a couple of videos here you could check out. Then we get to the actual pattern. On this pattern, I didn't start with the garter tab or anything like that. I just jumped right into casting on stitches, and then boom, we went into the pattern. So with color A, choose whatever your color A wants to be, you cast on 3 stitches. Then you knit front and back, place marker, knit 1, place marker, knit front and back. You'll end up with 5 stitches, right? Because we increased 2 stitches. Then we get to the body. So that's our setup. Now we jump into the body. Row 1, it's our right side row. Every time you're on a right side row, that's when you're going to add your yarn overs. Every time you're on a wrong side row, you are not going to add your yarn overs, okay? But every row, you will do a knit front and back at the wingspan edge. That gives us that nice, really cool look. So it's pretty basic. Knit front and back, knit to your marker, yarn over, slip your marker, knit one, slip your marker, yarn over, knit to the last stitch, knit front and back. Pretty simple stuff. It just makes those markers just single out that center spine stitch. And so instead of saying, hey, knit to the center, yarn over, blah, 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 I put markers there. If you find the markers get in the way, you can just outs them. You don't need them. Just get rid of them. But I tried to put them there for the beginners so they can easily find where that center stitch is, because you want to do the yarn overs on either side of the center. Pretty simple stuff after you do 2 rows. So in the second row, it's knit front and back on the first stitch, knit front and back on the last stitch. Then you go to the next color, right? So we just carry the color up the side. Do you have to only use 2 colors? No. Do you have to use 2 colors? No, you could use 1 color. You could use 5 colors. You could use as many colors as you want. If you use more than 2 colors, I would cut the yarn every time you change colors and switch them off. It's pretty easy stuff. But that's it, guys. I put in here that you will continue working these rows 19 more times. So there's I think 20 ridges, 21 ridges. So you would do it 19 more times, or until you have approximately 15 inches down the spine, or until your yarn is just about run out and all you have left is enough to do the bind off. Like, you have lots of options. Or if you want to use more than 2 balls, just keep going. You can make this as big as you want. There are no limits. Do you do you do you. You do you, bro. You got this, no problem. Once you do that, you can bind off, and I bound off with the same color as the last couple rows I did. And you can do a traditional bind off, or you can do a stretchy bind off. Either way works for you. I did put the instructions for the stretchy bind off if you're interested. Then weaving your ends, bury your tails, whichever way you want to do, wash and block it, add your tassels, boom, you have a cute little shawl. It is really not that hard. It's very relaxing to knit. It's very nice to wear. I do want to remind you guys down here where it says knitting and free patterns. If you click there, you can get even more free patterns on my website from me. So totally up to you. See, there's my video that pops up to the side, just like I was telling you guys about. And then as far as my newsletter, just so that, you know, I talk about everybody else's newsletter, but on my own, I know you can get here. Let's see, I'm going to go to Marley Bird. Here we go, right here on the main page. Subscribe to the newsletter from Marley Bird. If you just put your email there, it'll take you through to get onto my newsletter. And I will be completely frank. My newsletter, what we do, I work with a company named Prime. We have ads in the newsletter, but we do offer a ton of free pattern links in there. So if you're interested in free patterns, you can absolutely sign up for my newsletter, and we just keep it. It's a lot about free patterns and what different things I might be working on. So feel free to sign up for my newsletter if you want. All right. Do you like the holiday armadillo? I hope you love it. This is so comfortable. It is, as I was saying, it's a very relaxing knit. It doesn't take super long. I mean, here at the start, you're going to like be cruising, right? Because it's not very many stitches. You're like, oh yeah, I'm going to be done with this in no time. And then as you get to like these last, well, I'll say like 20 rows, you're like, okay, any day now. I just got to get this thing done. Is it fit yet? You'll keep putting it on. You're like, am I done? Can I fit? Oh, I should go a little bit more. And so you will like knitting it though. It's a lot of fun. It's very satisfying, especially if you get yourself some nice yarn that you really like, some squishy, like I love this yarn. It's very squishy. You won't be disappointed. All right. So the coupon code for that pattern, by the way, should I take you through Ravelry so that you can get the PDF? I think I should. Let's do a share screen and take a look at how you can get the free PDF. I didn't do that yet, did I? So I'm going to come back over here to the 24 days of quickies. And remember, it says 2 balls, right? 2 balls is what we want. So I'm going to click on the pattern again. Once again, we want to click here. Any one of these here is what we want to do. So let's click the R. And that takes us to the Ravelry pattern page. And first thing I want to do is make sure I'm signed into Ravelry. So I'm signed into Ravelry. I can click Save to Favorites. And this is a Marley Bird pattern. So I'm just going to click there. And then down here, I'm going to say shawl. So I'm going to click shawl. and I will save changes. All right, so I have that saved now on Ravelry as a favorite. That helps Ravelry know that you like my pattern, and that's good. You can add it to your queue if you plan on making it. You can cast on this project, which I will be at. I'll cast on and I'll show you how to do that on this, because I'll put in that I actually made this one. You can see here it says buy it now, add to cart, or send as a gift. You could do any one of those things. And those of you who are like, wait a second, it's not free, because you see it here as $3.99. I do want to remind you on Ravelry, whenever in doubt, take a look right down here where it says free version is also available. And it's always written down here in this section. Ravelry does not make it very pronounced. That's where it is at this point in time. I try to always include a bolded section in my notes so that people can see that it's also a free pattern on my website, because I don't want people to get upset and be like, I bought this, but it's free and I didn't know and I want a refund, because I don't give refunds. So if you're ever in doubt, always pay attention to those things. And when it says free version also available, click on the visit pattern website. That usually takes you to the free version. But we don't care about that today, because we're going to get a free PDF. So we're going to click buy it now. We're going to come over here where it says use coupon code. Use coupon code. And the coupon code is the number 2 and balls. And we're going to click apply. And there we go. It applied our coupon code for $3.99 for the super simple 2-ball shawl. I'm going to click check out. And boom, it is stored in my library. I can click right here to download the pattern. I can click right here to download the pattern, and it's also emailed to me. You'll probably notice that this pattern layout is super simple. Ironically, it's because I didn't give Caitlin enough time to put it in my normal format. So I just whipped this one up. That just means that later on, Caitlin might be reformatting this and you'll just get an updated pattern, just a reformat. But for right now, this is what it is. It's just a big image of the shawl and then all of the instructions without the ads. Okay, pretty simple. I just kept it as simple as possible, but there you go. So that is the free PDF you get to download from Ravelry. Actually, let me click back here. So we're back here to Ravelry. There it is. So let's go back. Let's see, back to digital purchase history. No, we don't want to do that, because those are all the ones I've purchased over the last couple of days, huh? Let's go back to the page. There we are. All right, so I'm going to reload this page. So I've purchased this pattern. You can see now it is in my library. So if I ever lose it, I can get it directly from my library. But I have already made this project. So I'm going to click cast on project. I can name it whatever I want. So I'm going to say sample. So super simple 2-ball shawl sample. Create this project. So it takes me to this page, and this is my own personal project page on Ravelry. And so I can edit the project. And I'm going to say I was very happy with it. And I've already finished this project. If you were not finished, you could put it in progress, but I've already finished it. And I'm going to click 100% progress. I don't know when I started. I started in 2017 in December. Like we went to Mexico sometime around here. So I'm just going to pick that date. And then I finished it last year in December, somewhere around this date. So we'll just pick that. So that's when I worked on it. I know, super hard, huh? All right, so we're not changing anything here. The craft is knitting. I could say what needles I used. I mean, I don't have to fill all this in if I don't want to, but it's for your own notes. Add yarn. I used Malabrigo Rios. And if I click tab, it kind of does a Ravelry search and find the one you want. So I clicked that. So it links to Malabrigo Rios for me. I used 2 skeins. I purchased it. I purchased that yarn at a yarn shop in Kentucky, and all of a sudden, it's totally escaping my brain. I can't remember, so I'm not gonna fill that in right now. I can add any notes right here that I want to, but for the most part, that's the gist of what you can do. You can add to groups if you want to, whatever happens. I mean, whatever you want to do. So I'm gonna click Save Changes. And then I'm going to do, let's see, right here, hooray, rate the pattern and the yarn. So I could rate my own pattern and yarns, and I'm not going to right now. So I'm going to say no thanks. And then add photos. So I can choose files, and let's add, oh my gosh, should we add some fun ones? Because I downloaded a goofy one where I look like I'm strangling myself. Here, I'll just add a couple that I didn't add to the original. Let's do those. All right, I'll just do that. So once you choose the files, you have to click upload now. And they're uploading. Do, 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 do. All right, so you can, I'm gonna make that one the first one. It looks like I'm strangling myself because I put it on. I was like, ah. So I'll use that one because why not? It's fun. And then here are the other photos. So they're all there. So I want to say finish with photos. Now it's all saved. And the cool part about this is that now this pattern is now linked to, so my actual project is linked to the pattern. So people can look at my project if I want. I can see here that the pattern is in my library. So if I wanted to make it again, or if I am in the middle of making something and I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't know where that pattern is, it's already in my library. Ravelry already shows it to me. So those of you who are on Ravelry, it'll save right to your pattern library. If you're logged in, make sure you're logged in. But I can click right here. Let's go back. So we're back to our original page, right? You can see there's one project on there. Somebody's already left a comment. I'm going to click one project and I don't know why it's not showing up. Details. Let's go back to details. Why is it not showing up? It's in my projects. And see, I clicked in projects, so I can click on here and it's all done. I don't know why it won't show up. Let's go back. This is fun, right? One project. There it is. Ravelry decided to catch up with me. So when you see projects up here, you can see what other people have made. And here's a picture. That is a funny picture. And there you have it. If I had added notes there, I could, put in my notes, but that's the way that goes, y'all. That's the way that goes. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? It's such a pretty pattern. I love that pattern. I love this pattern. Again, the free PDF is available today. Use the coupon code. And there you have it. All right, guys, that's it for the 24 days of Quickies, day 20. Check out Nikki at Nikki's Handmade Crafts. Check out the Marley Bird website and get today's 24 days of Quickies. The convenient thing about this is once the PDF download for free is no longer available, this will still be available on my website and you can purchase the PDF should you choose to. It's a great way to support your favorite designer. That's it for me, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're having a wonderful day. It's Friday. I can't believe it's Friday. This is also the last weekend to shop outside of at-home shopping and get your things. If you're doing online shopping, make sure you have joined Rakuten, you guys. I am getting so much money back because I did all of my shopping online and it's super simple, so easy. Make sure you join Rakuten. All right, that's it. No, I'm not sponsored by Rakuten. Remember, I'm sponsored by Zappos. Just joking, totally joking. Unless Zappos, if you want to sponsor me, go ahead, give me a call. I'll be here waiting for you. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.